Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have decided to launch an inquiry into the Sunnah status of the S-pubs and the Madkhalis as a whole. This is because they have violated the terms of Sunnism in so much as that they have made their Sheikh Rabi al-Madkhali, the sole arbiter for what is Sunnah and what is not. And in fact, they refer to him as Imam of Jarh wa Ta'dil in our times. And this goes against what the scholars of Islam has deemed acceptable from a Sunnah perspective. I'll read to you something that Ibn Taymiyyah has said. He said, فَمَنْ جَعَلَ شَخْصًا مِنَ الْأَشْخَاصِ غَيْرَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحبه ووافقه كان من أهل السنة والجماعة ومن خالفه كان من أهل البدع والفرق كما يوجد ذلك في الطوائف من اتباع أئمة كان أهل البدع والضلال والتفرق. Which means that whoever positions a person, any shakhs min al-ashkhas, any individual, any personality, غير رسول الله, other than the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that whoever loves him, من أحبه ووافقه, and agrees with him, كان من أهل السنة والجماعة, he was with أهل السنة, he was from أهل السنة والجماعة, ومن خالفه كان من أهل البدع, and whoever goes against him was part of Ahl Bid'ah. This, like we see in some of the groups, this person كان أهل البدع والضلال والتفرق. These are the individuals who are the people of innovation and الضلال, deviance, and التفرق, which is division. Now, these conditions are wholly met by the S-pubs and the Madkhalis with Rabi al-Madkhali. And I want a second just to speak to the followers of this cult. You have heard this now. It's not coming from Muhammad Hijab. This is coming from Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay. You have heard this now, and you know full well, deep down in your hearts, that the placement that they put of Rabi al-Madkhali is exactly the placement that Ibn Taymiyyah just mentioned here. You know it. And now you have two options. You either continue living in immersion of bid'ah that you're in, because you have fulfilled all of the conditions of a mubtada', according to Ibn Taymiyyah. A mubtada'. Now, are we calling these people mubtada'? No. We are launching an inquiry. We'll take this up to the scholars and see whether they believe, and I think they should speak up about this, you are a mubtada' or not. On these principles, you are. But is there a mana' min al-mawana'? Is there a preventer that stops you, like jahl murakkab, or compounded ignorance that we see with Abu Jahl, Abu Khadija, hitherto to be referred to as Abu Jahl, the one who cannot read the Quran or understand the Arabic language, or Abu Ayyab, the person who, once again, he doesn't know how to comprehend the basic words of Ibn Taymiyyah, or any of those individuals, Abu Hakim, who failed his university. And so, yeah, there might be Jahl as a preventer, or some other shahwa, or some kind of thing that some scholar can see as an excuse. Otherwise, all the conditions have been met for bid'ah. Now, someone may say, well, actually, we see Sheikh Rabi al-Madkhali as a alim and we don't put him in this placement. Okay, I have a challenge for you then. Name me one person that Sheikh Rabi al-Madkhali has made tabdi'ah of, which you disagree with that tabdi'ah. Not only do you have no answer to that question, because we've already quizzed you on this before, not only do you have no answer to that question, but you take it exactly the step that Ibn Taymiyyah said is the step that needs to be taken in order for someone to be a mubtada', which is that you say, if you don't agree with the tabdi', which is ijtihad of your sheikh, then that person is a bit a mubtada' as well, which is exactly the condition that Ibn Taymiyyah has said. So you guys can continue living in the obnoxious immersion of bid'ah that you have been living in for so many years, or you can come to the haqq, the way of the truth. I'm not calling to a sect here, and I'm not calling to mashayikh. I'm not saying therefore follow this sheikh or that sheikh, because من كان مستنا فليستن بمقامات فإن الحي لا يؤثر عليه الفتنة, as Ibn Mas'ud said, whoever wants to rely on someone, rely on those who have died, because the living one, the fitna is not assured of him. I'm not here to tell you. The ummah has mashayikh and ulama, sharqan wa gharban, in the east and in the west. We're saying this is the ummah, And this is the efforts, the ijtihadat of the ummah. We're not saying therefore go and follow this shaykh or that shaykh. We are saying what you're doing is grotesque indulgence in bid'ah. We call you to the way of sunnah, because right now you're swimming in bid'ah and you know it deep down. And for those who are new and they think this brother or these brothers are calling to the sunnah, realize that they are swimming in the bid'ah, and they are divisive people who have their own monetary and, sorry to say, lustful gains. And I would wager, quite frankly, based on my experience with them, that this is their major motivation. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. But you should leave this group and this cult. Don't put your women in this cult to be used and abused by these men. Don't put yourselves in this group to be manipulated and have your monetary gains extrapolated from your pockets, so that you can cause division in the ummah. Learn your lessons now. Yeah, come back to the truth. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.